Good morning. In this video, I'm going to explain you small O notations and a small omega notations. Let's have a look at small O notations, which is also called the strictly upper bound. Why it is called strictly upper bound? Because when we are delivering with big O notation, there is a some that we call upper bound. So the relation between Fn and Cgn is there, that 0 is less than equal to Fn is less than Cgn here, but in big O notation there is a equal symbol is there that Fn is less than equal to Cgn. So we say it's a strictly upper bound because the Fn is always less than Cgn. Another property with the big little O notation that if we find the limit n tends to infinity fn upon gn, it always come 0. So if both of uh, either of condition is true, then we can say that fn is following the relation of little o notations. For example, let's have a look of little omega notations. It is a strictly lower bound which is directly related to omega notation. In this notation, we can say omega zn is equal to fn if for all c greater than 0 there exists some n naught such that the for all n greater than n naught we have a relation that 0 is less than equal to cgn is less than fn. Similar way, this little omega is directly related to big omega notation where Cgn is less than equal to, but here it is strictly less than Fn. When we calculate the limit Fn upon Gn, when n tends to infinity, it comes to infinity. So this both the relations satisfy the property of little o notations. Here are some comparison of function. Suppose we are having two f and g are two non-negative function. We can say fn is equal to big O gn. This is similar to if a is less than equal to v. Then fn is equal to omega gn if we say at a is greater than equal to v. Fn is equal to theta gn if a equals to v. Fn is equal to little o notation if a is less than b. Fn is equal to little omega notation gn then a is greater than b. So there is an analogy between two functions, that f and g and a and b. Now we are having some limits formula on all the notation. If limit fn upon gn 0, it means it is satisfying the property of big O notations, or it is having some finite limit. If fn upon gn is less than infinity, then it is also representing big O notation. If limit is 0, then it is satisfying the property of little O notation. If limit is finite, then it is satisfying the property of big O gn. If limit fn upon tn is less than infinity, greater than 0, then it means the relation is satisfying the theta notations. If limit fn upon gn is equal to is imply is less than 0, then it imply fn is equal to omega notations. If limit is infinity, then it satisfies the property of little omega notations. So if limit is undefined, we cannot say. Now we are having another property relation, that is a transitivity relations. You can visualize that if fn is equal to theta gn and gn is equal to theta hn, so we can say that fn is equal to theta hn. So the transitivity relation is there. Similar way, satisfy the reflexivity relation is also there. Fn is equal to theta of fn, fn is equal to big O of fn, fn is equal to omega of fn. Symmetric relation is also there. If fn is equal to theta gn, if and only if theta is equal to gn is equal to theta gn. Complementary relation is also there. You can see. Now here are some common function. If fn is monotonically increasing, then it must satisfy the property that if fn is less than equal to n, then fm must be less than equal to fn. Monotonically decreasing function, for if m is greater than equal to n, then fm must be greater than equal to n. If it is strictly increasing function, then if m is less than n, then fn must be less than fn. If it's strictly decreasing, then if fn is greater if m is greater than n, then fm must be greater than n. Here are some useful identities. As here, a to the power minus 1 is equal to 1 upon a to the power m to the power n is equal to a to the power mn, a to the power m into a to the power is equal to a to the power m plus n. So some logarithmic properties are here. You can see some log formula are here. You can see some polynomial properties are there where we can apply L-Hospital rule. Here are some exercise questions. Suppose there are two functions a and b. We have to find the relation between a and b. For first example, we can say a is equal to theta n square, n square is equal to theta of b. So we can say a implies theta of b. So if for second function we have a log n square base 3 and log n cube. By applying log formula in the second example, we can say log a base b is equal to log a base c divided by log b base c. By applying this formula, we can calculate a and b. Then we can write a upon b, that is a 2 upon log 3, which is a finite property, finite in limit. So we can say a imply theta of b. Here we are having third example where we are applying formula a to the power log b is equal to b to the power log a. By this we are calculating the a upon b, that is comes infinity. So we can say it is following the little omega notation. Last example, if we are calculating the property uh, value of limit, we can say it is satisfying the property of little omega notation. Sure, thank you so much for listening carefully. Thank you.